June and Robin Lovelock visit an NGS Garden, then a lake near Redhill, and lots of other technology and Snoopy robot boat stuff. I'm afraid this is just a load of photographs and video clips shot a couple of days before and on the day that we made the trip down to near Redhill. This is the 3D track of the spot. You can hardly see it, but that little white spot in the middle is where the garden was. It just gives you a flavour of the area around. It was obviously near the motorway. Then we'd pop into a few more photographs to give you a flavour of content, and of course the important background, that's where it was, Redhill, the lake with bunny rabbits, the Watersports Centre. Very interesting, the people we met. When I got home, took a few pictures of things like Snoopy's robot boat last report, and of course that's the important background, what the weather's been like, where the boat went missing, and looking at other things, translation flags and lots of other stuff which will be reflected in their clips. But first, the pretty standard introduction. This will be a very confusing photo trail, something like June and Robin's trip to an NGS Garden and then a lake near Redhill. Anyhow, first of all, the standard intro, Robin's Corner with a warning sign about our cat toady, the location where GPS software was checked out from the late 1980s, the birthday present from June, a lovely bit of garden sculpture. It's getting a bit overgrown here. A camper that was used for Snoopy's robot boat launch a little over a week ago, and in fact that's the main thing that's going on in the background. Oh yes, I need to switch the light on here. Means that the cameras are in colour all the time. Yes, flatulent gnome from Australia, very advanced technology, cameras everywhere. But what are very important are the warning signs. Read the small print about water squirters. Yeah, lots of stuff here. So June will be in the kitchen. We haven't been far along back from our trip, watching television of course. Tennis of course. Yes, crazy about tennis in this house. Well, some people are. Closed circuit TV, which is good for watching the animals. And of course I've got lots of junk here, some of which arrived today. Lots of low cost but I hope very good GPS receivers being checked out. Not sure that one's timed out. But the important background activity is Snoopy's robot boat, which was last seen, or rather tracked, at about here after being launched from Boscombe. But it could be still going that way, but it's more likely that it would have just gone with the wind, and then when the wind shifted a few days ago it would have been blown up on that bit of coast. So that information on that Snoopy page has been put up to be of help of anybody who might be able to help. So for example, this picture here explains in terms of the map of the area where we think it might have come, and the words. Now I will warn you now that that photo trail that follows is going to be very confusing, because it's basically pictures for my benefit and a few friends interested in different subjects, as basically a record of things that were done. I mean, just for example, adding the translation flags into Hebrew, as well as the other languages we already had, like Arabic. Anyhow, that's enough talking from me, you'll be glad to know. So now the photo trail. We rarely get thunderstorms in Sunninghill. I've been woken by one coming in, and first I crept downstairs, obviously, and according to this, the peak of it here will be, what is that, about 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is the pattern of it coming in. So it's the belt coming in here, every now and again, you can't see it at the moment, but there's a flash. Another source of seeing what's happening is their closed circuit TV. So we get an idea of really heavy rain with the water rushing down the gutter. But it's only really just starting to arrive now. The Met Office site is a good source. It doesn't do a prediction, but it does show very clearly the pattern. So that's as was 0040, so 10 minutes ago, and it shows clearly pretty heavy stuff, and maybe the storm there, roughly to the south of us, most of it, but closest is out near Ascot, which is out over that way. Here is the Met Office site, set to show the lightning strikes. Not many, but a few of them. While I'm waiting, right, that's at Road 8, there's Peter, briefly. That was the Road 8 test 350. So if I'd have woken up after that time, or what I previously calculated, then I would have come down to upload it. Anyhow, that's the video about Snoopy's robot boat. And of course, Peter is obviously very important for the robot boat, which was last, gave its position there and various possibilities, direction it goes, but right now the wind is very strong coming up, and that was an important thing. All this is the information up on the Snoopy page for those that might have an interest in making a guess of where he comes up if they are involved in looking out for him. Here are the predicted winds for today. Start at 0200 in the Torquay area. In other words, blowing Snoopy up towards the shore, unless his autopilot is still going, in which case fine, but we'll see. Right, that storm should be arriving fairly soon. So we're getting close to 1:10 in the morning. The rain is not strong here, but it looks as though, according to all the predictions, the storm will be going from Ascot, which is out in that direction. I remember as a kid we had a far more storms in the Thames Valley rather than where we are up on a hill, because the storms tended to follow the Thames Valley, and typically, if I remember rightly, from a flash you then waited and counted the seconds to give you an idea of the range of the lightning strike, and I think it was about 6 seconds. So it should be out that way, but of course it could be a bit like waiting for paint dry. But as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. So we must be getting very close. No, still the prediction is the storm coming through at about now. So this is the prediction. There it is coming through. And that shows it quite well in the road. Still really not very much rain here at the moment. Don't need that much, do we? A better room to observe from is our games room, because we can stand here, get a good view of the sky, and also it's reasonably well sheltered. No lightning strikes at the moment. Oh, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, oh, miles away. Well, it should be coming through about now, but it's getting after that time. We still haven't had even heavy rain hit us yet, I must admit. It's a bit like watching paint dry, but be careful what you wish for. Meteor radar has changed its prediction now to be 1:30 near us. There it is. Perhaps I should get a bit of sleep. Looks as though the storm has gone past us, if you call it a storm. The Met Office site shows it. That was a quarter of an hour ago, and it had already practically gone past us. We're there. That was the rain at 1 o'clock, and that's at 1:15. Quarter of an hour ago, so gone. How boring. I decided to release some information to a newspaper. The Herald Express seemed appropriate. Been there a few years. Seem to have a very well organised bot to take the news story, and I'll scroll down through it just for the record. Oh, hang on, let's scroll through the Jessup Reach Solutions. Right, I'm just scrolling down, and so that was the information I provided. The form seemed very good. Gave them the landline number, and we'll see what happens. So it only remains to say, look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy what days we have.